Welcome back to my channel Trail. Today I bring a very interesting topic on chasing profits. What is chasing profit? Many times we hear the people saying I'm chasing profit. And what does it mean? To keep your actual results in line with the budget. Keep forecasting. In my long experience in hotels, I found 20-80 principle also apply here. Surprisingly, most of the gain in the profit comes from very few months. If you take a period of 12 months, a full year, you see few months gain is your actual profit for the year, and remaining month we just manage. So chasing profit and monthly accumulation points to a financial strategy which focus on consistent and incremental gain rather than a quick profit. So let's take a result of 12 months. We have a January to December, 12 months, and the results are some months we have profit, some are loss. The green one is a profit and the red one is a loss. So you can see I put in table form and also in a dot form how it's moving from one dot to other dot. So first month we have 5,000, then we gain 2,000, then 1,000. Then you can see how the flow works. It goes to 2, then there's a loss of 5, again 3 loss, then we gain 4, then we gain 2, loss 2, again a loss of 3, minus 1 again, that is a loss, and again in December we gain 6. So that's how the flow works. We can put in a flow, but then it look very confusing. We divide the result in quarter form, in quarterly. In quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. So once we put in a quarterly, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, we put the result accordingly. And then you can see in quarter 1 we gain 8,000, and quarter 2 there's a loss of 6,000, quarter 3 again gain of 4,000, and quarter 2 again gain of 2,000. The interesting part is, if you see quarter 1 we gain 8,000 and full year also we are 8,000, which means whatever I gain in quarter 1 I retain, and other months I keep managing the business. I gain, I loss, I gain, I loss. So my majority of profit is from the quarter 1. So when I reach quarter 1 in any year, in our industry, whatever profit we gain in quarter 1, we find at the year end we are very similar, slightly up, slightly lower. Our gain comes from the quarter 1. Because quarter 2 is a lower season, quarter 3 start pushing up his shoulder, and again we have a profit in the quarter 4. So the flow is very consistent. So for us, whatever we gain quarter 1, we know we're going to end up at least this much of profit, and remaining months based on the red flags. Now to understand these results better, we put in a cumulative form. So when we put a cumulative results next to the monthly, in monthly we saw May, June, September, October, November, there is a loss. But when we put a cumulative, there is no red, there is no loss. We gain 5, increase to 7, then increase to 8. In April we increase to 10. Again because of the loss in May, the cumulative profit come down to 5, again go down to 2, again increase and again goes down, and finally it end up in the 8, which means whatever the cumulative profit in the quarter 1, we end up the same. We actually manage it. We actually manage other months. Whatever we gain in early months, remaining month, we manage. And that's a trend in the hotel industry. In other industry, the trend may be slightly different, but the basic principle remain the same. It always 20-80 principle, which means few months give us maximum gain. We need to identify these months and increase the gain, because remaining month will only going to manage it at the same level. So if I increase my profit in quarter 1 instead of 8 to let's say 9 or 10, the remaining month will manage the other profitability. The remaining month will manage these number, and we end up in the same number. Now, when I say 20-80 principle, it does not mean the total has to be 100. It can be 30-60. It can be 15-75. It can be any number. The principle is a shorter period gain give a maximum benefit. In our career also, in our studies also, this principle apply everywhere, and in financial it apply very accurate. I've shown this data in a different form also. You can see a full line where we have all the months and then the flow of the compounding, but still look very complicated. So what I did, I have shown the quarterly impact also. And when you see the quarterly impact, you see how each quarter is reacting. The quarter one gain is being managed by quarter 2, 3 and 4. But this is just an example. You can look at your own data, look at last year, 12 months data, see how your profitability works, which month actually gain, and then you take one more year, then you take one more year and start comparing, and then you see a few months are giving you the profit, actual profit of year end, and remaining months are managing it. Identify those months and work on those months, because those months can only increase your profitability. Other month, it will manage. So the question is, what we do to get it right? There are 3 points. First is a steady growth, second is compounding effect, and third is a data tracking. So if these 3 come in a flow, we get it right. A steady growth is a consistent increment build-up of value over time. And this has to be checked. And that's why we do a cumulative result. We put a monthly, we put a cumulative, and we see is the build-up is correct or not, or we are dipping. So after steady growth, the second is a compounding effect. A regular accumulation is a power of compounding, which means how our monthly results are accumulating. And the third one is data tracking. Data tracking is very important. The correction of data for the accuracy of forecast is very important. Now in the forecasting process, we have to see what are the red flags. Because whatever we gain in quarter one or first few months, let's say first few months, or our most performing months, we should not lose. That's why we have to make sure while we are forecasting the remaining months or remaining year for chasing profits, the red flags has to be identified. So as usual, I have 3 main red flags which need to be monitored. The first one is the moving goalpost, second stagnant pipeline, and third is a data driven. Stagnant pipeline means the business is not moving, or it's moving very slow pace. We have business on books, and each day the pickup keep improving it. But if that improvement is not enough, it goes very slow compared to the last year, compared to the budget, it means start getting stagnant, which we know only by the accurate data tracking. So this has to be data driven. And similarly, the goalpost. If you're moving the goalpost, if one month we can't achieve the profit is 6,000, we achieve only 4,000, we move that 2,000 to the next month. Next month is a slow month, we have a target of only 2,000. Again, this shortfall in the profit in the previous month, 2,000 moved to this month. Now the target becomes 4. It's anyway a slow month, it can achieve only 1,000. Now the 3,000, we again move to the next one. We start moving to next month or the future months. So what will happen, the last months, which can say November, December, which is a high performing months, we have such a big profit target forecasted, we cannot achieve it. Not because of any other reason, but because of the resources, the business on books, and how the market is performing. And sometimes even we don't have the capacity. Like in the restaurant business, we have a limited capacity, we have a limited seat to serve. If we keep moving the profitability, we know there is a limit to the profit. I have explained this in one of our video, where I explained the limitation on the sale. The sale cannot be achieved more than certain amount because of a lot of limitation factor, like the production capacity, your storage, your credit facility, your serving time, your manpower. So we know there's a limitation for each restaurant, how much revenue it can achieve. Similarly for the hotel, similarly for other business. So if we keep moving the goalposts, which means if we keep moving the targets towards the end, it will be unachievable. And that's why this 20/80 principle works. Whatever we gain in first quarter generally, it may remain as a profit for the year end. And remaining month, we just manage, because knowingly or unknowingly, we start moving the goalpost. And if it is not data driven, the forecast cannot be achieved. If the pipeline is not working well, it is getting stagnant, it will not be achieved. So all these factors help in our forecasting process. There are 3 red flags. Remember it: stagnant pipeline, moving goalposts, and data driven. It has to be data driven, no gut feel, no experience, data driven, real data. And always follow the steady growth, the compounding effect, and the data tracking. If you follow this, you can chase the profit. You'll know how much profit I'm going to make in full year and how I'm going to manage it. That's all I have for you today. I hope you like my session today. Next session is going to be more interesting towards the business tricks, and how to manage the business, how to maximize the profitability with a limited resources. I'm going to explain you that in my next coming episodes. Till that time, see you soon.